Well, good afternoon. Bruce and I and the entire organization are beyond excited to have Devin and his family here today, and I'm just going to turn it over to Devin.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. First off, I want to say thank you to these two people and the whole family of y'all. Y'all did a great job, and I'm glad that y'all believe in me, and giving thanks to God, because without Him I wouldn't be here. And I know y'all probably got a lot of questions to ask me, and I'm really ready to answer them. So.
Devin, you talk about the opportunity to learn next to someone like Levante David, the caliber of player that he is.
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, the opportunity to get to learn from him is second to none. I wouldn't have it wanted any other way. He's a great player. He's been playing. I think he's going into his 8th season, and he's a player he's a do-it-all player for his team. And me playing next to him, behind him, whatever these guys see for me, I'm just willing and ready to do it.
Devin, can you just take us through what went through your mind when you got that phone call there and realized a lifelong dream?
Yeah, so I mean, once the Raiders didn't take me at 4, my man right here told me, if you're on the board, I got to get you. So I had that thought in the back of my mind, and I knew he was a genuine guy, and he meant what he said. And once I seen Tampa, Florida come across that phone, just like fireworks struck through my body. Like I can't even, I can't really tell you how I felt, but it was one of the greatest feelings ever. And I done had a lot of great moments in my life, and this is first, top one out of everything, and I'm just so thankful, and I couldn't be with a better organization, and we're going to do great things. I'm excited for what's to come here.
What did it mean to be able to experience that moment with your family?
Oh, it was a blessing. I'm a very family-oriented guy, and they've been supporting me ever since I was able to do anything, and just to show if you train a child up, you can reap the benefits in the future. And the benefits is just to see me happy. Like, they don't want nothing from me but to see a big smile on my face, enjoying doing what I love, and that's playing the game of football.
Devin, where does your leadership qualities come from? I mean, obviously your family has a lot to do with that too, but how were you able to mature and take on the responsibilities you have so young?
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I was always just thrown into the leadership role by being the best player, and when I got to LSU, it was a lot of guys that was way better than me, and those guys showed me, just what you can do when you put in hard work and you don't say much. Guys will follow you just because you're doing it the right way, and I was real big on just doing it the right way, and, I'm able to talk and come across the guys very different because I don't try to be cocky when I'm talking to guys, knowing a younger guy behind me, I know I'm better than you, I done did more than you. I don't even try to portray that image. I just portray the image of, hey, I'm your brother and I want what's best for you, and more people respect that about me.
Who were some of those older players you referenced that helped you and guided you?
Well, I say every linebacker that came through LSU, we in this big group text message, and we always helping each other. So, man, Kendall Beckwith, Corn, obviously, Duke Riley, Deion Jones. But outside of them, I had Leonard Fournette in my ear, Jamal Adams, two great players that's in this league, and just many different pros that's just been around the game. Brady James is like my big brother. That's a guy who I always lean on when it comes to being a great pro, because, man, he did it the right way, and, he's still, in the game of football. He's still keeping up with it, and I just told him, just, hey, whatever you got for me, just help me, become a great person and an even better pro, just like you were.
Devin, a lot of fans are asking if you've talked to the Glazers and Mike Allstott about wearing number 40, if you decided on a jersey number yet.
Oh, man, that's a great question, but I haven't talked to him about it, but I do know that, that's a great thing. I know the jersey number is retired, and I'm really thankful for that, because if I did great in a jersey number and a team decides to retire my jersey number, that's a blessing. And that just shows how great the Glazer family are and how much they love their players, and I'm respectful of that. And, I wanted to just get here and be a part of this family first before I even thought about getting a jersey number. But, I've been 40 for a long time, and I've been 24. I've been other numbers. So, I mean, the number don't make me. The people around me make me. And, I got the greatest, coaching staff in the NFL around me to make me become a even better player than I am now. And that's what matters to me.
Devin, have you had a chance to speak with Connor Kendall since being drafted? And if not? Do you expect to, obviously you'll speak with Kendall, but do you expect to reach out to Quan?
Man, those were some of the first guys who text me. You know, Coin told me to just get under Levante hip like he did when he got here, and you know we'll talk soon. And Kendall, he sent me a lengthy text, and I'm just gonna sum it up. And it was mainly about, you know, you've been great. You've been one of the best little brothers I can ever ask for. You did it the right way. You stayed true to yourself. You know, you was a country boy, and you didn't hide it. You know, you didn't care if nobody didn't like it or accept it. And I'm proud of you. And it's a lot of things, good things to come for you in the future. And I want to be a part of that. You know, I want to help you transition into the NFL and just let you know what to expect and just give you my input. And I was thankful for that. Because, you know, you got some players who wouldn't do that for their brothers. But, man, my brothers are my brothers. And, you know, and that's why we call it NFL LSU because, man, it's like a fraternity. So you don't have to join one of those other fraternities. Once you get to the NFL, you automatically get inducted to one.
Not only did your dream come true last night, but you made a new friend over here whose dream came true as well. What did it mean for you to be able to share that experience?
Yeah, so my guy, Casey, man, I'm so happy that he got to put the pick in. You know, that don't happen too often. You know, the commissioner does it. And, you know, one thing that I was telling my family last night is, you know, they know how big I am on helping kids and being in kids' life and, you know, just being a great role model, somebody they can look up to. And, you know, before the draft, nobody probably knows this, but only 5 prospects went to play football for the kids. And, you know, I was one of those 5 players. And, you know, that's just how big my heart is. And when he came up there and he said my name, the first thing I told him is, I thank you for saying my name because without you, I wouldn't be here because he put the pick in. So I'm thankful for him. And, you know, he rode up here on the jet. Him and his family are great. You know, they love the Buccaneers, like, through and through. They was telling me about some good places to eat at and, you know, some good cities that I need to see. They asked me how was Daisy made. You know, they just asked everything. And, man, I'm glad I got to meet them. And, you know, I know, you know, this is not the end of our relationship. You know, we're going to stay in touch. And, you know, it's a blessing to be a blessing to another person. And, you know, Casey, if you don't know, if I didn't say it, you was a blessing to me last night, which I think I told you a million times. And I'm still thankful that you put that pick in for me.
What does it mean, the fact that the guy, the coach to your right, made that phone call to Casey to invite him out here?
Oh, it meant the world. You know, it meant the world to me because I know it meant the world to him, and I know that made him even happier, you know, than putting the pick in. So he got the best of both worlds. He got to put a pick in. He was looking really, really good on TV last night with that blue on. I can say that, and you know, for him to get on the plane and fly out here and just enjoy this beautiful city that he's probably, you know, very familiar with, just as me. You know, this is my second time coming out here. You know, for us to get to experience this together, I'm kind of mad that he already got a Bucs jersey on and I don't have one yet. But I mean, hey, it's gonna be fun, you know, and I hope he can get back to some games and support me, you know, because you got a forever friend in me, my guy, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I already signed him to a contract too.
Oh yeah, see, he even signed before me. Like, golly, like he knew I was gonna be picked before I knew I was gonna be picked all the way.
Pressure on you to get signed.
Okay, well, we're gonna sign up soon then. 'Cause I ain't going nowhere else. I can tell you that.
Just that last night on the phone call with the reporters about your heart for kids, and obviously you're showing it now. Where does that come from?
Oh, that just come from being from a small town. Like, that's all you got. Like, we have each other back. And, you know, growing up, we never had the big prospect to go to LSU to look up to. Like, we didn't have nobody. Anybody we looked up to, we couldn't get in contact with them. So when I became a huge prospect, you know, everybody knew I was going to go to college. But when I became this, you know, this likable person at LSU, I wanted to be different from, you know, what I was used to growing up. I wanted to be a person that, hey, if I came around, everybody know, like, he's a big time football player, but he's not a celebrity. He's a human being just like me, and I feel comfortable around him. And, you know, he made a positive impact on my life. So that's the type of feedback that I like to get from people. Like, Devin, thank you for coming to my class today. You know, the kids gonna work harder just by 2 words I maybe said. You know, so I'm real big on that, and I feel like that's where that's come from. Not having that type of, you know, leadership in my life growing up.
Is it true when you came down here for your 30 visit that you ended up spending more than one day?
Yeah, it's very true. And that's why I say God makes no mistakes. So, you know, I was supposed to go to New York right after I got finished with the great Buccaneers. You know, I was going to do ESPN and NFL Live, so I needed to be there earlier than my visit with the Giants. And I was sitting in the hotel at the hotel, well, the hotel is in the airport. So I was sitting in the airport for like 8 hours. My flight kept getting pushed back. And then when I got the pick, that moment like just hit me, and I was like, man, maybe God was telling me like you was at home all alone, and look where I'm at now. So it was a blessing. And so, most people have been mad about being stuck. So, my agency, they booked me another room, and I stayed another night in Tampa, and I got to, and look out the window and look at the beautiful palm trees and just kind of soak it all in. And now I'm right back to where I started at. Like, this was my first top 30 visit, and, I'm back here, and I'm with a great family, and I'm just ready to get this thing going.
How long were you delayed?
I was delayed 8 hours. It was probably one of the longest delayed. It was the longest delay that I ever had been. It was maintenance, so they was working on the plane, and once they fixed some, I guess something else broke, and then they just kept texting saying the plane was pushed back, and then the plane got even more delayed to the next morning. So I don't even count that because I switched airlines and just got on out of here. So I don't even count that.
Did you still get a chance to even go visit the Giants?
Yeah, so I missed the Get Up TV show in the morning, but I made First Take, and I made NFL Films, and I still got to visit the Giants.
Devin, is it true your brother grew up a Bucs fan?
Yeah, it's very true that my brother grew up a Bucs fan.
Why?
Why he liked them, I really don't know. I don't remember at the time because I was so young if they was winning or not, but he always played with them on the game, and he had a Barber jersey, so that's all I really remember about it. And, I mean, my brother passed when I was like 12 years old, and so when I came up here and I told them, like, it's a kind of mutual feeling. Like, I kind of love y'all because he loved y'all, but now I love y'all because I'm a part of the family now. So, before every game, I write his name on my cleat, and I always ask him to watch over me. And if I can't do it, show me the way on the field. And I feel like he played through me, and now I'm with his favorite team, so I know he's gonna really help me now. So I'm just thankful, man. It was the right place, and I couldn't be at a better spot.
What happened to the jersey?
Say it again.
What happened to the jersey?
I don't know. Like, when my brother turned maybe 17, he moved out of our house and moved in with his cousin. And when he passed, I don't know if his things got packed and got back to the house, but it could be with his mom, or I don't really know. But I need to find it so I can get it framed. That'll be real unique. So I'm going on the hunt once I get back home.
Trying to meet Rondé Barber as well.
Yeah. I need to meet him and maybe probably get some signed and go put it on his grave. That'll be real unique.
Devin, a lot of fans have discovered your second passion for horseback riding and how you have a few horses back home. A lot of fans want to know, are you going to bring them here now to the Bay Area?
Oh, yeah. So my thing with bringing the horses here, I'm not really like, I don't know about that yet, because at the end of the day, like, I'm a professional now, and I got a job, and I got to do my job to the best of my ability. And I don't know, like, how much time yet that I had to, spend with them. I know after my first season at LSU, I knew my schedule, I knew what to expect, and I was able to, kind of make time for my horses. Now I got to make sure everything is going to be handled right here, and, my horses are well taken care of in Louisiana, and I also got to make sure these guys are going to let me ride those horses, because I know they don't really know much about them, but it's very safe. But right now, it's just all about just being a great Buccaneer. So I mean, Daisy May, she's in great hands, back in Baton Rouge at the border that she at, and I would be very comfortable with her staying there and me being here, because I can show you many pictures from the ladies at the barn sending me pictures like she ready for you to get drafted and all type of stuff, and they take her out, they groom her. So she's in the best care. So right now we're gonna kind of delay that, and I'm gonna focus on just being the best buck I can be, and then whenever the time comes, if they able to come here, then I will sure like to have them here.
What can you say about Devin's leadership ability, what he's going to bring to the team from that standpoint, and also from a playmaking standpoint to help your defense?
Well, I think you just heard why, just listening to the person. And, Coach Ogeron and I are good friends, and when he started comparing him to Patrick Willis and Ray Lewis and those type of people as a leader, it was easy to see. And knowing a lot of LSU guys that I have coached, they all said the same thing. The tape speaks for itself. And, people say, oh, you need a pass rusher. He's pretty good at that. And we do like to blitz up the middle, and quarterbacks don't like pressure up the middle. So he fits everything that we want as a human being and a football player. And I really couldn't be any more ecstatic. I really said 6 weeks ago to Jason, this is our guy.
Devin, as you sit here for the first time, what's one thing that you would want the fans to know about you, or one thing that you'd want to say to them?
Well, as I sit here for the first time, I would like the fans to know that, you're getting a great guy in myself, and you're going to get an even greater guy on the field. And everybody's seen my potential on the college level, but I feel like I'm an unfinished prospect. I feel like my game is at a high level, but, with the coaching staff here, the defensive coaching staff, Coach Caldwell, Coach Todd, my game can go to a whole new level. So what they seen at college, tell them don't expect it. Expect even more. And that's just knowing, what type of coaches I'm going to be around. I know they going to want the best from me, and they going to require the best from me, and I'm going to give them the best out of me.
Can you talk a little bit about your interactions with Coach Bowles so far and what you're the most excited for on this defense?
Yeah, so my interaction with him on my top 30 visit was like no other. We didn't get on the board. I went in there. We couldn't even write on his board. He had so many defenses drawn up already and calls put in. But one thing we did, we talked. He told me to ask him as many questions as I could. And, when I seen his defense, I compared him to my defensive coordinator. So I asked him, are you in the box? He was like, no, I'm on the field. I was like, well, my defense coordinator on the field. I was like, do you expect, when I come off the field to be able to, come back and, kind of draw up on the board to show you this what they out there doing? He said, yes. I said, my defensive coordinator expected the same thing. And then I told him, we was real big on simulated pressures. He said, I do the same thing, Devin. So I was like, all right, that's all I need to know.
We're going to need just a quick second to take the table off, and we're going to do a quick photo op.